Upload video. Oh, that's nice. Okay guys, welcome back to Roberts & Co. Welcome back to London, another live jewellery making session. We're still working on our sterling silver D-shaped wire, 2mm. Switched to a smaller draw plate today. We're only on hole 3. The wire is getting very close. It's not quite. Let me give you a close-up, see if we can make this out. The wire is actually, the wire I'm making, this is going to be 2 by 1mm D shape, 2mm wide, 1mm thick, so 50% profile. It's getting very close to a proper D-shaped profile. And what I mean by that is when it's without walls, when it came out of the rolling mill, it had a D-shaped top and then 2 walls either side. And it's only just getting to the point where it's curved. The top surface is curved from edge to edge, which is a feature of handmade D-shaped rings, because we can make the wire completely D'd and then the rings are completely D'd, which if you look at machined D-shapes, they have a wall. So do the chords. There's advantage. I don't want to say one's better than the other because we do both. So, but there is a difference. So when you have handmade court wire, it has rounded edges, whereas if you look at machined court rings, they have 2 flats either side. It's very hard to get rid of them as well, actually. So yeah, if you look at a machined ring, it's got 2 flat sides, and the same with the D shapes. And with handmade wire, you can adjust the percentage width to thickness, and you'll always have that curved edge, even with heavyweight rings. Whereas with heavyweight machined rings, court and D, the heavier weight they are, the generally speaking, the bigger the wall either side. But the machined ones are seamless, whereas the handmade ones have a solder joint. So there are pros and cons to the different ways of making them. People that only make handmade rings are going to tell you that handmade rings are better, and people that only sell machined rings are going to tell you that machined ones are better, and state the difference between the two as the reason why one's better and one's worse. But there's just slight this. They should both last the if looked after, last a lifetime. Yeah. Certainly until you get divorced, you know. At which point the scrap value is the same. Right, I do. Try not to get these too hot. I think that was a problem. Well, not a problem, but getting too hot wasn't the problem, but it was causing issues. One, getting them too hot for too long. Basically treating them like gold. Getting the ingots and the wire too hot for too long, and quenching it was a definite problem. So we're now air cooling silver. Gold's a different story, a different process. What I might try at some point actually is I've got some quite large steel surface plates. And they would act as a heat sink. I mean, I use the steel V-block as a heat sink if I want to cool something down that I'm in the process of soldering. But that could be interesting to see if, rather than quenching things, we air cool them quite rapidly. Because if I air cool them on a steel surface plate, especially a big one, they will, the steel will suck the heat out of it. It acts as a heat sink. That would be interesting to try. Never seen or heard of anyone annealing silver in that way. I'm sure there's people that do it, but they're not sharing it on the internet with the world. Maybe that's the way, and that's why they're not. I reckon there's I would imagine that throughout history, and not just in the jewellery trade, there's probably been, people have probably cracked the code to all sorts of things, but because it was a commercial venture and aiding their commercial success, the secret code got buried with them. Secret recipe. I guarantee there's people around the world that knew that this was the way to do this, and they're keeping it a secret. And then idiots like me come along and share it with the whole world. Ruin it for everyone. Oh well, fix the problems for everyone. Boom, there we go. That'll do. Red hot, right. When that air cools, hole 4 and 5 of that drawer plate. I don't know what hole we need to get down to, but I would imagine it's around something like 10 at least. So we've still got quite a few more to go. When I started putting that wire, this wire, through the larger drawer plate, it was a little over 2 mil wide. And it's actually, but it was, I can't remember, I think it was a bit, I can't remember how thick it was, 1.8, something like that. It's now 2.7 mil wide, so it's got wider. It was 1.3 mil high, so it's got thinner, so it's sort of squishing, getting longer. But yeah, update on annealing. I'll see you in the next one. Toodles.